Hi guys, we are back.
James Silas here,
and it's always.
And this is the James and Ori Show.
Yeah, so this week, as always, we are running through a bunch of entertainment stories. Nigeria, international, Europe, wherever it is. Wherever it's happening, we are there. I think, this time, the first story for today is our guy, our best friend. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's our best friend, but yes, our noisy friend online. Yes,
better leave that best friend.
Better best friend. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, Portable has succeeded finally after weeks and weeks of ranting, of making noise on social media about how a particular music video director, TG
Omori. Wait, you know, you said he has the Portable has succeeded. So can I complete that sentence and say succeeded in getting TG Omori's attention?
Yes, but it looks like, but TG said Portable should send him the song, let them shoot. So I think that he has succeeded in getting one, his attention, and two, a verbal agreement.
Wait now, a verbal, a comment. So let me say it. For somebody who charges you $50,000 to shoot a video, now saying, okay, come, let's come to a compromise. Let's meet at the middle.
He said, "Come, wait, he did not tell us in the middle. He said, send your song, let us shoot." That's what he said. I'm quoting him now.
So is he going to shoot for free?
He might not, but maybe Portable's budget is 7 million or 5 million. Maybe he will see what they can do with it.
Now you're talking about.
In fact, in the comment that I saw on Twitter, I think it was Twitter, yes. What I actually saw was he was asking somebody else for what kind of lens they could use to shoot. So
who was asking?
He was asking. He tagged somebody else saying, "Oh, what?"
TG.
Well, yeah, TG. Yes, tagged somebody else saying, "Oh, what lens will they shoot so we can capture Portable status?" So it looks like he's already thinking production mode stuff, you know. So I don't know, but this looks like a victory. I don't know. I mean, victory on the one hand for persistence, victory on the other hand, in my own view, for online bullying, because it felt like every 2 or 3 market days, Portable was making noise about how this guy had refused to shoot something for him. So
will he always get away with stuff like this? Like, okay, you have come to me as a video director and I've given you my prize, and then you want to go on social media and be nagging and calling me out and complaining, and then what? Everybody, so is he always going to get away with stuff like this? Because
no, but he won't. Remember,
I feel like for every content, every professional, whatever it is, whatever field, you have charges. A price. Yes, you have what you. I mean, this is the price I charge to myself. Because if he does get away with this, if he has gotten away with this, tomorrow,
what's it concern, James?
Tomorrow,
why is James angry?
If the house wants to shoot a video and he goes, oh, what's his name? TG Omori, oh, TG, and then TG again will say, oh yeah, come bring your video. Is that what's going to continue happening?
Of course not. Let's remember that this is not the first time that what's his face? Portable is making requests, if you can call it that way, online. The time when what's his name, Bolanle Boy made a comment about how he wanted to use a particular photo of Portable for his album cover. I think days after the day about Portable showed up online. I was saying that they should come and do collabo or something, that he should come and feature and blah blah blah, making reference, I mean that Portable thing of mixing threats with begging, wrapped around, but as you can see, this happened like last year or the about. Bolanle Boy did not even respond. So my point anyway is that this is not always going to be the case that the people that Portable makes noise about will give in to his demands. I think in this case, TG is also like kind of a fun guy, and maybe he also has a gap in his schedule. Exactly, and he's like, you know what, we can fit in this Chris man there, and with all of the noise, if TG I think TG too doesn't mind clout a few times.
That's what I thought.
so I'm like, okay, you know what, he could just I have time, let's see what we can do with this. So whether they would go through with it, we do not know, but it looks to me like TG is already thinking about, you know what, let me just get this thing out of my plate, let us see where we are going to, let's just do this thing and just get out. So yeah, and anyway, frankly, was TG really going to take $50,000 from Portable? That's the right question.
No, so let's not say was he going to take 50. If Portable stretches his arm and doles out $50,000, absolutely he will collect it.
Yes, but the
question is,
I feel like he said that kind of just to get this guy off his back in the first place.
Okay.
Because I don't know that anybody, I know of course Portable has had a great year or great 2 years, but I don't know that you can reasonably expect Portable to as Lassie said, you don't get family where the race. Exactly. But I don't think you can reasonably expect Portable to pay for a single item of 50,000. I honestly don't know that we can. That is not land though. Like,
how much are we expecting in return from the music? Then we also beg the question.
Exactly.
What song does Portable want to shoot? Like,
good.
What song do you badly want TG Omori to shoot?
We don't know. I think at this stage, Portable understands that I don't know if he understands, but I think he has an idea that his appeal is, on the one hand, in his heart, he's a musician. In a public space, he's somebody who is just famous, or according to him, somebody that has blown. So, music might have its own currency, but there's also a lot of currency attached to just being famous, which is what he's working with. So, I think he's in a space where you cannot be asking me to come and give you that money, because I don't know that I have that kind of money when I have. He has 2 wives. So one of his wives had that issue with him recently. He said the woman was cheating on him or something. So,
but still, it doesn't change the fact that he has 2 women that have kids.
I think they have kids exactly for him again. So exactly. So it means this guy has mouths to feed. How is he supposed to be bringing out $50,000 for a music video? You get? And so what song? We don't know the song, because like I was saying even on air earlier, I only know 2 Portable songs. The famous Zazu. Then there's one that gets played around my area for some reason. I don't even know, something like they say I loca, la vida loca. Anyway, I can't sing. Well, not like what people can sing.
Is it like says Pastor?
No, okay, yeah, so I know that one too. Yeah, but that one I've only heard him perform it live. I don't think I've heard it in the wild. Those are the 2 songs I think I hear people playing anyway around. So, in my own view, is he going to do a video for any of those songs? Maybe, maybe not. But the fact of the matter is that he knows that in the industry, and let's not forget, I think Portable also wants to be, what's the word? Everybody wants to be respected in the industry they belong to. Of course, it's the reason why, of course, with the Oscars can say they want to ban Will Smith, because they know that even if you don't attend, just the idea that you get invited is something, because it's a community you belong to. So I think Portable wants to get respected by the music industry. I don't feel like he feels like he's respected. And if he can't get that directly from the music, the other way he can get that is by collaborations. So if he does a video that's by TG Omori, some of that TG Omori shine, because TG at the moment is #1 music video director in Nigeria. Some of that TG Omori shine will fall on him. He knows this intuitively, and I think that's why he wants. And anyway, to be honest, maybe also everybody also wants the best and looks at TG is the best. So let me also get some of that TG goodness. So I don't know that. I think if Portable has to just sing a song today, so that TG would video it, he would do it.
True.
Just because of the TG's clouds now is like supernatural in this in this country.
I mean, look at what he's done with Ashake over time.
Over time, yes.
You know,
I think he's kind of like Ashake's go-to director, but I don't think that's okay. The video was catchy. The thing that's the thing about TG's style. The one that just came out 2 days ago, yoga. I don't think yoga is just like, I don't know what the song is supposed to.
Interlude.
Exactly. So in my own view too, exactly. It's kind of like what I feel like it's in an album. It's like the intro song. That's what I think it's supposed to be, because I'm not sure that's a song. But anyway, TG shot the video for that one. So that's what I was saying about TG. TG's style is very colorful. Very colorful. I would like for some, I don't know, like just personally. So I think he's working with, like, let me use art grammar, impressionistic style, fragments here, whatever it is. But I would like to see some more linear or non-linear storytelling. Yes. But TG's focus now is on like incredibly high resolution images,
very commercial,
super colorful. Yes, exactly. So it's kind of like a commercial, like a TV placement, TVC commercial director. That's kind of what I think it brings that idea into the music business. In fact, I don't even know that. Yeah, the editing is the same way, cinematography, so the same style. That's kind of really colorful, super graphic kind of style. Yeah, I would like to see a lot more storytelling, but it works for him at the moment. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
moving on.
Let's move on. I think the next story will be about. I don't know if people who watch this were born in 2000s. Because if you're born in 2000s, you might not know a lot about Mike Bamiloye and something called the Mount Zion Ministry. Yes, Mount Zion MFM. No, not MFM. Sorry, Mount Zion Faith Ministry. Yes, MZFM. Yes, Mount Zion Faith Ministry. I think so. Yeah. So anyway, these guys were really big in the 90s. This intro for anybody who doesn't know about them. They're really big in the 90s. They used to do a lot of faith-based films. Some of them very, well, at the time, very horror, like Gone just said. And I think that was like a, in quotes, a spiritual character in a series called, or in a film actually, film series. Film series, a franchise.
Yes.
Franchise.
Yes.
A film series called Ultimate Power. Bolanle in Yoruba. That's kind of what it was, yes. Yes, and that was a super popular, successful project back in the 90s. Very popular. So kind of that's where he owes his fame to. Over the past few years, with maybe the rise of Nollywood of a certain type, all of these people have come out. It has not been quite been as popular as it used to be. And maybe also, who knows, because of the decay in the what's the word now, in the morality of the average Nigerian, of the young Nigerian, we have not had Mount Zion Faith Ministries have like hits projects, you know. But back in the day, when we were still a very religious country, before Twitter destroyed our lives.
Hold on. Talking about the hits project thing, could it also be because the quality of filmmaking these days has actually
gone up?
Could it be that if they are still producing from Mount Zion and Co, that they've not shot something that can really, you know, attract or get our attention beyond storytelling? You know, because sometimes these days we are very big on the quality of film we want to shoot. I mean, when we look at Netflix standard, you know, okay, this guy you're going to shoot in 4K, you're going to shoot in certain, you know, remember the 90s? I mean, how movies, the same with Nollywood, how their films or movies used to look. You know, at that time, they could actually be at par with this regular Nollywood movie that you watch on TV as well. But these days, the game has changed. So what if they are not? They might still be putting out stuff, and what if they are not?
Still putting out stuff.
They are not putting out stuff as quality as will attract us or as good for TV.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, I like, of course, the more fashionable, the more sensational story here for me is just to say, you know what, morality has decayed in the past decades, you know, and so we no longer have like people who care about faith-based projects anymore. But actually, James makes a good point. There's a part of it that might just be that, okay, what's actually happening is we don't have a lot of movies that are like faith-based don't have the quality of production values that, say, a Netflix project would have, the regular ones you see on the big screen in the cinemas too would have as well. So it means that there's this gap, and people are naturally tending towards what is more catchy, what is a lot more good looking on the screen, what has high production values. And I don't know that Panation Mount Zion can really compete in that kind of space. But here's the thing, James. I doubt, and tell me you might disagree, that even if today Mount Zion got the greatest cameras, the greatest cinematographers involved in their productions, do you think they really do? Do you really think they will be popular? No, once that guy, once those kids on Twitter just see that on Instagram, just say this one is Jesus, bam, they're out.
Okay, see what I think.
Okay.
From the film quality perspective, you see what happened to the movies like Aki and Popo, Neka the Pretty Serpents, those reenactment or those should I say remakes of those films. If they pick like Bolanle, for instance, we have these big actors, these cameras and stuff, and they reshoot that same story. Don't forget that faith-based movies are niche, or they are for a certain audience. I still believe that it is still it will have the impact, it will have the feel, it will have the, not on the mainstream. Those even with the Bolanle and Co, it wasn't mainstream, but yes, it got attention. You know, I just still feel like it would have been major in Lagos, because we were in Lagos. The guys in North can tell you that they did not.
But the guys did not know to see anything.
That's what I'm saying. So, but regardless, for a lot of films that have also happened, they went straight up. They went to the North even to go and market and stuff.
We don't know. Are you sure that?
No. I mean, don't forget that they also always, even with regular adverts, like the always adverts and Co, they create a different thing for the guys in the North.
Yes, I'm saying, but the movies, though.
But the movies, I know, and that's something that if they are going to do something like that at all. But let's even leave maybe the region and stuff. I just want to also bring us to. I want to say that for the faith-based, or for in fact for Pastor Bamiloye himself, who I don't want to just say condemn, or talked about or criticized these movies of clad nudes and stuff. And
exactly,
sex.
that's what you were saying by the like, yes.
We have a film like, I mean, how many of those other ones, the good ones, has he also encouraged? Like we have God Calling or God's Calling. Remember that one that had?
Yes, I know. Of course, I know.
Yes,
God Calling.
you know, what comment did he have about that one? That was supposed to be like faith-based.
So you see what James is doing here? James is creating a backlash to the backlash.
Yeah, but did he comment? What do you think about
the backlash about like films like Shantytown? Because of course there were scenes where there was fondling of breast and stuff like that, and which went viral. So Mike Bamiloye was saying that these days you don't have to watch them anymore. You see whatever it is, and Mike Bamiloye is like, no, it's not an assumption.
I know, but he did watch it.
People put up the clips on social media. Anyway, Mike was saying, Pastor Mike Bamiloye was saying that these things are like wrong. That in the next few, in a couple of years, younger, like the offspring of these people who are fondling breast or who are showing breast in movies, we are going to grow, and then we'll be like, oh, our parents had their parts, we were doing all kinds of lustful things on screen. And that's not a good look, you know. And it's also the spiritual part of all of this. Anyway, Sha was not happy about all of that. And to my mind, I feel like the man has a point from the Christian point of view. Okay. Exactly. And I also feel like the thing he didn't say that I would like to say is that I think even artistically, some of these sex scenes are not worthy. You know, like not
worthy or not necessary.
For me, it's both of them. It's like it's not worthy and not necessary, because I'm saying that I think a sex scene should be something that I would love it to be. That's not what it is a lot of the time, you know. Sometimes just for sensation, you know. I would like it to be something that is interwoven into the story, you know. And these guys are telling us that is for Shantytown in particular. I think I saw an interview with one of the producers where she was saying that it's kind of like a gritty story. You cannot have that without some of these things, which, to be honest, I kind of get. My own thing is that, unfortunately, it's not a kind of story that those scenes really added a lot of things to be honest. You could have, like I said, if you added all of them, it makes up to 10 minutes of, maybe 10 minutes of throughout the entire film or project. 10 minutes of it were like these kind of scenes. You could have comfortably cut out 8.5 of those. 8.5 minutes of them, and it will still be the same
hold on a second,
thing. So I feel like it's not.
I mean, let's look at Shantytown again.
Okay.
How many sex scenes did they even have sex scenes on Shantytown? What people really just held on to was that part where the girls were wearing their bikinis and open their boobs. That's I mean, and then the other part where RMD was fondling a body double and stuff, which not necessarily RMD, but the characters were, you know, doing those things. Those were the parts that were really, really shown, and then the girls dancing, you know, half naked and stuff. You know, but I don't think that was too much. I'm not arguing. I don't think it's too much. I'm just saying that for something you told me about one movie. I haven't seen the movie. One movie that had what's his name? Dakore's brother. Timini,
yes,
that he had a sex where you said was
very good. Yes, there's a film called Hey You. That's the name of the film. It's called Hey You, and it had like it's so it had a bunch of maybe 2 or 3 sex scenes or thereabouts, some kind of nudity as well. My own point is that for that
also film, remember 50.
Oh, 50 years, the bot scene, Abby.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there are a bunch of films like that. Yeah. You know, for me, 50 was even not too whatever. I don't even mind it, you know, to be honest. I just feel like, in my own view, to be honest, I just feel like these films should be a lot better than they are to have these things. But that's a personal thing. I think that your film should be good enough without it. Some of them, they're adding these things just for sensation. And I just don't feel like sometimes the story really works with that thing. You're adding it because, well, the 50, in fact, 50, thank you. 50, that thing could have been cut out and nothing would have changed in that about it, you know. So whatever. I feel the same thing about Shantytown. Like I was saying, I said it on radio. I was saying, look, there's a film I know about called Lost Caution. That film, there's 3 million sex scenes, you know. But the way it is written, it's written in a way that the sex itself shows how two people's relationship changes over a number of years. And if such a film was to be released in Nigeria, I tell you, to cause a huge scandal, I can assure you, you know. But within the story, there's a reason why that is happening, you know, because they're trying to show you how this thing is altering. The man is like she's a student, I think, and the guy is supposed to be a politician of some sort or a diplomat of some sort. And the first time they go in bed, he's entirely almost like cruel to her in bed, you know, violent, very physical and everything, you know. and the second time they are in bed, something has changed, a little bit more tender. I think the third time they are in bed, she's the more dominant. So anyway, all of these things, this is shown within the sex. So I feel like such a film, there's no how you're going to tell that story without having these sex scenes in them. You know, so those ones I feel like I understand. I feel like Nigerian films haven't even worked out the idea of storytelling well enough. You know, you're not going to choke all of these things because you want people to just come and see, hey, see what's happening, you know. So that's my own big issue with it. I saw, funny enough, actually, when I saw Hey You, this film you're talking about, this Timini and what's her name? This girl, Ife really, yes, they are the two leads. When I saw that film, that same day, I saw a film from, is it Mexico now? It was shown at the Locarno Film Festival online. I can't remember now. But anyway, but that film too is also about, it's mostly about sex. The girl is a lawyer by day, or a law student by day, or like a law attaché or something by day. At night, she's like a online sex performer. So you
only fan.
Yeah, kind of, yes, it's kind of like only, but like live OnlyFans. So you log on to when she's online as well, and you watch her. Then you ask specific things that you want her to do over time, and if she does it, you pay her, or maybe to get her to do it, you pay her a certain amount of money through these digital coins and stuff like that. And the way this, so a lot of the film is just showing like a camera actually on a platform showing this girl looking at her screen, and she's naked, she's topless. Sometimes she moves a little bit back and she's on the bed. There's a particular scene where she brings in a guy, and 2 of them enact something just because her audience wants it. And it's such an incredibly potent story, because there's a scene where one of her clients, in quotes, wants something more dangerous to happen. So she and this guy she brings into her bedroom are having sex, or having whatever it is they are doing for the cameras. There's a point where I think it was either a knife or somebody broke a bottle, and then that was part of the sexual act. So there's a scene where both of them are kissing, and the bottle edge is right beneath her neck. So the way the sex scene is shown, the way the stakes, what's at stake, is super. So I saw those films the same day. I just like, no, there's no comparison between these two films, between the Nigerian Hey You and this other film called, by the way, the name of the film is Rule 34. Regular 34, it's in Portuguese or something. Meanwhile, the meaning, that Rule 34 is something they say online that means that if you can consider anything about sex, somebody has acted it online. That's kind of, yeah, so it's a popular internet rule that if you can think anything you can think about with sex, somebody has done that thing online. So anyway, yeah, so that's what I think about some of our sex, and that, you know, I feel like they need to get, these stories need to get better. Then you cannot add the sex as Jara. Don't be using your sex to come on like trans. Come on.
So they say sex sells.
Exactly, yes, exactly. And they want to sell. That's true.
Moving on. What's up?
Yeah, moving on anyway for that. Yes. So last story for the day is Bad Boys 4. Will Smith, the professional slapper, is
professional slapper.
He's coming back, you know, after disappointment of his of the film Emancipation, which I think was on Apple Plus TV. Of course, the idea was going to be like they wanted to get into the Oscars. Unfortunately, I think he might have gotten into the Oscars actually, if not because of what Will Smith did. So the Academy Award came, and there was absolutely a single mention of Emancipation, almost like the film did not exist. And they had some kind of small, what's it called, promotion, showing it to black communities around, because it's a film about the slavery, about set in this in the slavery period, featuring Will Smith. But still, it didn't really get
do you think it's about timing? Before we...
Timing of what?
The timing of the release of Emancipation. Maybe there's a timeline of movies that are supposed to be featured, you know.
No, of course, I know that. Yes, now the Oscars are about...
So maybe next year it might make it...
No, it won't. It was eligible this year.
Okay.
They just ignored it, which, like I've said it many times, I was happy about. But Bad Boy 4 is, everybody knows Bad Boy.
Are you anticipating Bad Boy 4? Because I don't know, I just feel like, really, Bad Boy 4?
Yeah,
we've seen Rush Hour.
Yeah, I have checked out from Bad Boy since 2. I heard 3 was okay, and I've seen parts of it. It's not too bad, you know. But I saw 2, and 2 was just like noisy, a lot of, I'm just like, please, I'm just out of this thing. So I just mentally checked out from Bad Boy since. But Bad Boy 4 is coming out. I think it'll be successful because the Bad Boy franchise has 2 recognizable names, and name itself Bad Boys. In fact, even if you put Chidi Mokeme and Jamaica, probably will still sell because it has it's such a powerful name. Now that Bad Boys franchise is quite powerful, so it would probably do well. But if they were open for something more, I don't think it will ever get to the heights that the previous one got to, because Will still has that thing still around him. They tried to like cover it, but I think it's still there, hanging over him actually.
And I feel like it will hang for some time.
Yeah, it will hang for some
because
time.
I don't know how we'll ever talk about Will without
mentioning
it. Just sort of, it has really rubbed off a lot of the good things that Will has done.
And he has done so many good things in the past.
I mean, and this is just 1 second of anger that could have been just say, Will, breathe,
exactly.
And it would have passed. But this is a big scar on his career, on his person, on his, the nice Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that we've always known. It's really, really bad, sad. I feel sorry for him, because I don't know how long he's going to, this stigma that we're talking about, and the cancel culture that has now caught up with him.
They didn't really cancel him per se, he's still there.
But Bad Boy 4, me, my fingers crossed. I don't think I'm excited. I like Chris Tucker. I'm a fan. I loved the Bad Boy franchise.
No, that Chris Tucker is you see, this is somebody who's
so
like wants Rush Hour. So it's Rush Hour this man wants to see. It's not Bad Boy.
I'm a big, I wanted to say Martin Lawrence.
Right.
And actually Will Smith. I'm a big fan of them both. I loved the whole Bad Boy story. I watched till the third one.
Yeah.
And I loved it, I was, if I watched down on the edge of my seat, hoping that this one, and then at the end of the day, I knew, okay, I liked it, it's okay. But I don't know what's going to happen I don't know how they are going to play that, because they played the role of, they were old, like old, yes, in the third one. Yes. They were old, and it sort of showed it was difficult to convince what's his name, Martin in the story, to come back, and for them to going on it again with the bad guys. But at the end of the day, they did. So this time around, I don't know whether they would both be on the same page, or they'll be like,
they'll film us out.
Yo, where you at? Like, what? We have to do this again?
Maybe they'll give Chris Rock, who was slapped, a cameo.
I beg you. Anyway, fingers crossed. We talked about what's it called? In the line of beginning, because I said I had that same feeling when I heard Coming to America. For Coming was coming, and I'm like, Coming to America again too. Really, what's going to happen after how many years of the first one?
Man, I don't know. Almost 30 years.
But this one, like I said, is fingers crossed. Let's see how. It still gives the same vibe of Fast and Furious. But even though Fast and Furious 2 over time was exciting for some time, and then later I feel like it's beginning to tank. But we can never get tired of the effect and the car jumping from everywhere. Stuff, it also brings to mind Matrix, when Matrix came back and what, last 2 years or last 3 years?
I don't remember
Matrix
anymore. I didn't
even
see it.
I was wondering, wait, what Matrix? Not just that one again. There was what's that one by Tom Cruise?
Mission Impossible.
Oh
no, that's supposed to come out. What we had is
what's that one again? The flight one.
Top Gun.
Yes. Which was not bad.
Yeah, which was not bad, exactly. Yes, he got a lot of money. Yes.
Yeah, not just money. I think he got a nod too.
Yes. He actually got nominations at the Oscars too.
So I think that means it was.
Look, these people don't want to spend a lot of money on marketing, so it's just easier to just rely on something that has been popular in the past, because that it has name recognition. That's what's happening. Business. So
it is what it is. Avatar 2 had the same vibe, but
exactly.
I think it turned out successful.
Yes. I think it's they say it's now currently number 4. So it has passed 2 billion. Lots of money.
It is what it is. So movies, we cannot just say you can have your feelings, but that's your own personal thing. Some people just like to continue reliving, the past. Right? The past. Yeah. But guys, we should call it the wrap always.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, we have.
But quickly before we run away, if Ninalowo, the actor, Bolanle Ninalowo, right?
Yeah.
He's coming out with
a reality
TV show on YouTube. Will you watch?
Yeah, let us know.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys. It's James, and it's always
subscribe, please. Very important for you to subscribe, like, share our content. We are not encouraged about what we're saying there, but we just feel like
we're still going to do it.
You come around.
Come around.
Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.
Peace.